We're in Glasgow's world-famous necropolis, opened in 1883 on the banks of the ancient Mollendonar burn, now long gone. So who are we here to see? John Knox on his sky pillar? The Stevens family of shipbuilding royalty? Major Monteith, who made his fortune hijacking a Maharaja's jewels off an elephant. Nothing so grand, but it's my favourite. His name was Sam McAldon, and he loved his motorbike. Her name was Nancy, and she loved him. No crosses, no draped urns on this grave marker, no disembodied hands, just a biker on his bike. And maybe that's why it makes me smile every time I see it. Sam and Nancy, the pair of them, reaching out across the years to me in a way none of the rest of these monstrosities ever do. See you later, glamour boy. We're on Hunter Street, just off Duke Street. At number 204. And this is the wee fat-faced fish. It's sculpted in Glasgow's signature red sandstone and designed by architect David Gordon for J&A Arthur potato and grain merchants. So why a fish? A fish isn't a potato or a grain. Maybe it's a nod to the nearby Mollendonar burn, which once teemed with salmon. Maybe it's the fish that never swam from our city's coat of arms, the fish that died to save a queen's honour. Or is this the wee fat face of a wee fat fish that escaped the angler's hook? The one that got away? Whatever it is, and whyever it's here, it's definitely a fish out of water, and how many of us have felt like that at some point in our lives? Solidarity, wee fat-faced fish. Well, not in the land of the Pharaohs or the ancient Mayans. We're in Glasgow's East End, Hag Hill. And this is the Hogarth Park ziggurat. A ziggurat's a step pyramid. Standing here beside this big, brutal thing, shoved in with no apology and no consideration of the surrounding landscape, I'm mourning. Hogarth Park came into being in the 1980s, created from the slag heaps of local iron and chemical works. Stone blocks from the nearby demolished railway bridge were used to build this ziggurat, and that same railway bridge may have carried iron to Beardmore's massive forge just down the road in Parkhead. Like the Aztec temples and the Egyptian tombs, for me, this is also a monument to a lost and almost forgotten past, when Glasgow's East End was an industrial powerhouse. If you listen, you can still hear those mighty steam hammers. Walk 15 minutes east of Hoganfield Law and you'll find yourself in Cardowan Moss. Moss is a Scots word for an area of wet, peaty ground. Originally an estate with a posh house, then Cardowan Colliery, it's now on the Seven Lochs Wetland Trail. Foxes, kestrels and buzzards rule the roost these days. But we're in search of a very different beast, the Cardowan Moss robot. Yeah, it's probably just an old information board left over from an earlier project. But if you come across the thing and you're not expecting it, tell me this doesn't transport you back to sitting on the floor in front of a black and white TV watching Lost in Space. Forget your algorithms and your AIs. This is what the future should have looked like. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. It might not be Fatima, it might not be Lourdes, but here at Hoganfield Loch in northeast Glasgow, every Christmas, Easter, and more recently Valentine's Day, something truly unexpected happens. Courtesy of Milliston United Free Church. Now, I might not have a religious bone in my body, and I might not believe in their God, but it can't be all bad if the folk that create these wee miracles do so in His name. It might not be the Sistine Chapel, but it touches me in a way that ceiling never could. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.